Hey everybody, welcome back to The Prisoner. It was Dover, the cliffs of Dover, that he washed up on last episode. I did a little Google for lighthouse cliffs of Dover, and it was the exact lighthouse that he saw in that episode, so that's kind of neat. I kind of figured out where he washed up, just based on looking at it. But then again, cliffs of Dover are pretty famous. But he didn't know where he was. He had to ask that guy, who completely ignored him. So yeah, last time we had many happy returns. And it was, it was a birthday surprise for him. A pre-birthday surprise. Like a month before his birthday, everybody left town. And then he built himself a boat. He went on an adventure, visited his old home, and then went back. There and back again, just like The Hobbit. Now, this episode is called Dance of the Dead. And I'm told that this episode may or may not be in the right order. It may have supposed to have been a lot earlier than this. But we'll see. We'll watch the episode, we'll make our decision. That's our game for this show. One of our games. Looking forward to getting into it. Seeing these dead dancing people. Zombies. That's all we need.
Where am I?
In the village.
Whoa.
Whose side are you on?
That would be telling.
Mary Morris.
We want information.
You won't get it.
Let's have a look.
By hook or by crook. We will.
We've never seen a female number 2 from the start. Oh, they're coming for him.
What about number 2? Has it been agreed?
I'll take the responsibility. If we wait for orders, we'll never get results.
No, it's a rogue element, a rogue squadron.
I hope you do know what you're doing.
What are we doing?
You know the instructions about number 6. If any damage is done to him, we shall all be in...
Before that happens.
Who's this guy? A vegetable?
It's a bore, old man. The committee. They want to break down on all we know. You, me, Arthur, the Colonel, everybody.
Uh-oh. Hey, don't say Arthur. Me, Arthur, the Colonel. Because, that woman in the last episode who was pretending to be, well, she was number 2 last episode. She said that her husband's name was Arthur, if you recall. But this guy, what's with it? How can he can't hold a phone, but he can speak? How's that? How are they doing this? Some kind of mind control?
All the files you've seen, the projects you know about. This phone is scrambled and I've got a recorder.
Oh.
Might as well tell me now.
No.
You must not ask me that.
It's the committee that's asking.
He's resisting.
I'm not. It's the committee that's asking.
Who? Who is that?
It's Dutton there.
Dutton,
It's Dutton.
You must stop. You'll damage the brain, then we'll all be...
Stop! Get that man back to the hospital.
Number 6 was about to talk.
He'd have died first. You can't force it out of this man. He's not like the others.
Every man has his breaking point.
I don't want him broken. He must be won over. There are other ways.
Yeah, we can just convince him.
Good morning. It's another lovely day.
Not with this, though.
How did I sleep?
Sound as a bell.
No. Yeah, we just zapped you awake halfway through and tried to get you to talk, but everything was fine other than that. Oh, what's this? A tea party?
Oh, you'll be no trouble. Just a matter of time. Tomorrow night. We're preparing for it now.
Tomorrow night. She's very confident and calm.
Good morning.
Don't tell me that time travel is in it as well.
A woman is always impatient to wear a new dress. How do I look?
Lovely.
Different from the others.
We'll get along.
I'm sure you get along with everybody.
I've got a good mind to report you.
I'm new here.
Oh, there's the guy with his bike.
Special delivery. Sign your number here, number 6.
You sign it. Oh, a carnival and dance. Yep. How quaint. Bum, butter, bum, bum, bum. Bum, butter, bum, bum. Nice glasses, by the way. Nice weather for it. Oh, there's the cat.
I see you've made a friend. You've got your invitation to the carnival tomorrow. You'll come.
I have a choice,
You do as you want,
as long as it's what you want.
as long as it is what the majority wants. We're democratic, in some ways.
You should know that. After free-for-all.
No game is worth playing if you can't win. That's not very English, I know.
Are you English?
What you should do is find yourself a nice young lady for carnival.
But her.
Quite unsuitable.
She's mysterious.
Don't go.
I must.
Number 2 wants you to go. Or does she? Am I playing her game or yours?
Not mine.
Good question.
Go if you like. How long have you been here?
Questions are a burden to others. Answers a prison for oneself.
Oh, the classics.
I must go.
Oh, get out of here. Yep, damn bubble. Where'd she go? What?
Are you all right?
What happened?
You try to go in. It's fussy about who it lets in. This is the town hall.
He's not allowed in the town hall? Without permission?
He tried to follow you. Funny though, you're being his observer.
Okay.
Remember, keep a sharp watch.
She was assigned to him. Hey, kid. Look at that weird picture in the background.
Have a good walk. You're not allowed animals. It's a rule.
Well, you can't stop a cat.
Rules to which I am not subject. Where does it come from? How does it get here? The milk, the potatoes, and the aspirins. At night, when everyone's asleep?
Yeah, they drop it from a cargo plane.
I've never seen a night. I just sleep.
Who's gonna block it? It's not very pleasant. What's this?
Supposing I don't want any flowers.
Everybody has flowers for carnival tomorrow. Be seeing you.
Yeah, whatever. Now you're gonna see a night
Drink
now.
it while it's hot. It's good for you.
Good for someone.
And be seeing you.
He's not drinking anything. Do you want some, little kitty? Don't drink it, kitty. It's drugged.
Are you going in?
To make my report,
Does it concern me in number 6?
we'll overlook that and put it down to enthusiastic.
yeah.
Oh, could you get me a directive about Dutton? He's being rather difficult.
You gonna leave? Can you leave? Nope. They don't want you out at night. How does the cat get in and out? Oh, what the hell?
Sleep.
Quit it.
That's it.
Oh, what? He got out. He got out the window. They didn't think of... Wow, nice jump. He's on the move. Hey, kitty. How'd you get here?
Don't worry. It'll test our efficiency.
Oh, he's on the run. Isn't it nighttime? This is a nice shot. Oh, no. Code Orange. Had enough? Oh, keep going. It's going back. It's going back home. Now's your chance.
He'll eventually go back to his room.
He might.
It's the only place he can ever go.
He should just keep exploring. No, he can't go that way. Look at these sharp rocks. Who's that? Hello? Okay. Some sort of radio? Oh, hey, guy.
They will
will be music, dancing, happiness, all at the carnival.
Nice.
By order.
They're psyched. I'm really focusing on this. Oh hey, buddy. I'm really focusing on this cat this episode. I'm gonna start a conga line here.
You didn't sleep here last night.
I thought I'd save you the trouble of making up the bed.
Oh, your costume came.
Let's have a look at it.
Well, don't I get a choice?
Other people choose.
I expected something exotic.
What is it?
My own suit.
What does that mean?
That I'm still myself.
Lucky you.
More mind games. Stop watching him.
He can't do as he likes.
He's an individual, and they're always trying. Don't worry. His observer will ring me the moment he puts a bomb in your lovely hospital. How's progress with Dutton?
Well, he's given me quite a lot of information, but he's reluctant to go any further. Of course, I'll win in the end. I always do.
Rather a small fish, you know. Still, it'll give you an opportunity to experiment. He is expendable.
Oh, we don't care about Dutton. Run all the experiments you want, dude. Turn all the dials up to 10. Yeah, nice view. It's the same angle as the tall tower. Maybe you'll get some reception out here. Yeah.
Tonight, when the moon rises, the whole world will turn to silver. It is important that you understand. The appointment cannot be fulfilled. Other things must be done tonight. If our torment is to end, if liberty is to be restored, we must grasp the nettle, even though it makes our hands bleed.
Is this some sort of code?
Does it work?
Was at 60 words a minute.
Hardly useful. View's lovely from here.
Yeah.
Everything you want is here.
Everything's elsewhere.
Don't force me to take steps. We indulge any member of our community for a time after that.
Yes, I know. I've been to the hospital. I've seen.
Crazy things.
Shall we go down? Suit yourself.
She seems nice though, this one.
You're not thinking of jumping?
Never.
He's a good jumper though.
I have my duty.
To whom?
To everyone. You're a wicked man.
Wicked?
What?
You won't be helped.
Destroyed?
You want to spoil things.
I won't be a goldfish in a bowl.
Yeah. Not like you.
I miss you later.
Can you avoid it?
The radio.
What would you do?
Report on it. Ask for instructions.
Number one.
Yes.
Who?
No.
Tell me.
Oh.
Don't keep asking me questions.
Well, you stayed and talked to him. We've had some great weather in this episode. Yeah, just gonna take this out for, yeah, be seeing you. Don't mind me. What are we doing with the rope and the... Are we gonna float out to sea? That's not gonna work. You crazy cat. Oh, this is where the bar is.
To whoever may find this.
Can they see this? Nope.
Number 2? I can't find number 6. That's no way to report.
Don't worry, he'll turn up. He's very undisciplined.
We'll see.
Shall I watch number 34 instead?
No, he's dead.
I got to know him quite well.
34, eh?
He didn't know you, did he?
Hey, you're a bit... I don't like her. Is this some sort of... I thought he was faking his own death, right? That's obviously... That doesn't make any sense to me anymore. He's sending a message. He's sending out an SOS. This man is a message in a bottle. He just has to push him out to sea and hope he ends up somewhere... It isn't just end up back on this beach. Yeah. This is the part I'm curious about. Give him a little push, like... He washed up here before, right? Or maybe this was 34. They just killed him on the beach. Very still waters today. Yeah, a little push. He's going to end up over there. He's going to head into that rock. Where did you come from? Time for a fight.
You of all people.
Oh wait, isn't this... This is the guy who was on the phone, right? Is this Dutton?
I'd never have believed it.
Roland Walter
Dutton?
Dutton.
Who was he?
His body was washed up on the shore. How long have you been here?
It's difficult to say. A couple of months. And you?
Quite recently.
How's London?
About the same.
Places don't change. Only people.
He's been broken.
Some people. Let's go inside.
I told them.
What?
Everything?
Everything I know.
Wow.
The irony of it is they don't believe me. You know I didn't have access to the vital stuff.
Yes.
And by the time they realize I'm telling the truth, it'll be too late.
They'll lobotomize him.
Soon Roland Walter Dutton will cease to exist.
There's a quietness to this episode.
You're waiting for someone, Mr. Tuxedo?
Oh, nice.
Or expecting someone?
Mr. Peter Pan?
What were you looking at?
A light?
A star.
A boat?
Peter Pan suits her.
If you insist on living a dream, you may be taken for mad.
I like my dream.
Then you are mad. Now go on up to the town hall.
May I?
You may enter tonight. It's carnival.
Ooh, everybody's dressed up.
Tonight's for dancing, amongst other things.
No. Like what? I'm just here for the dancing. Nothing else. Nothing weird.
Music! Come along. It's carnival.
Oh, they get to spin around too.
Your administration is effective, though you have no opposition.
An irritation we've dispensed with. Even its best friends agree democracy is remarkably inefficient.
Why haven't I a costume?
Perhaps because you don't exist. Quite enchanting.
Little Bo Peep.
Oh, you must cheer him up, my dear. Dance. A glass of wine, Doctor.
Drink is too leveling.
Leveling.
There are treatments for people like you.
Oh, yeah?
She must get instructions. Who do they come from? Is he here tonight? The man behind the big door?
Well, there's no need to know.
Thanks for nothing. Nobody says anything. This damn village. He's done. He's done. Yeah, get yourself one of those lab coats. Yeah, nice disguise. None of these doors open. Did nobody care that he just wandered?
Have you seen her?
Huh?
Number 2.
I'll be seeing her.
She must see this urgently. It's a termination order.
For who?
Don't forget, it's urgent.
Right away.
Termination order for Dutton? Well, we can tear that up. Don't worry, I'll deliver it personally. Oh, nice. This one opens. Sure, keep going. Why not? Administration. Time to look through some files, I think. We might get some information here. This man needs a skeleton key. Stat. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, show. They lock the door and just keep the key right beside it. What's that about? I don't like the look of this room. It's got a little trapdoor. Oh, hey.
You make the most of your opportunities.
Absolutely.
You don't blame us for doing the same. Ah, she's taken to you. Oh, she's mine. She works here, too. Let's go back. The cabaret is beginning.
In his pocket.
The wallet?
Yes.
It's still there. Amended slightly.
Alright. That was the guy who was tossed out to sea. Mr. SOS.
We'll We'll amend him slightly. It's you who's died in an accident at sea.
So to the outside world.
Which you only dream about.
I'll be dead.
Don't blame me. It's a question of waste not, want not.
Yeah. Oh, see you later. The cat can make its own way.
I thought there was a cabaret.
That is, you are it.
Oh, great.
In the matter of the people versus this person, the court is now in session.
What is my crime?
We'll come to that. 3 judges decide here.
As in the French Revolution.
Let's see.
I'm appointed by the court to defend you. This lady to prosecute.
Her. Oh, jeez.
You are charged with having on your person
The radio?
a radio set.
How do you know he had this radio?
I am his observer. I saw him with it in his room, and later on top of the bell tower.
Did anyone else see it?
Defender was with me on the bell tower.
Yeah.
I saw him with it in his room.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Get out of here.
He was listening to a program.
Did you listen, madam?
How can my defender be a prosecution witness?
No, my lord, but it did work.
Prosecution witness, yeah, the defender.
It is the duty of all of us to care for each other and to see that the rules are obeyed. Without their discipline, we should exist in a state of anarchy.
Hear, hear.
You do yourself no good, prisoner.
He made a positive effort against the community, indicating a malicious breaking of the rules.
Come on.
The court's duty is to pass the severest possible sentence.
We all love radio. He just wanted to bring music to the village. You know, the good type.
We shall hear the defender.
I would beg the court to remember, this is a human being with weaknesses and failings of his kind.
That's right.
That he had a radio and has broken rule after rule cannot be denied.
Has anyone ever seen these rules?
Show us the rules.
He is new and guilty of folly, no more. Soon his wild spirit will quieten, and the foolishness will fall away to reveal a model citizen.
That day you will never see.
The prisoner will be silent. Both officers have presented their pleas with creditable simplicity.
I know that guy from something.
I want to call a witness.
No.
Witness?
What manner of witness?
A character witness. Roland
Oh, Dutton.
Walter Dutton.
He's wandering around somewhere. Is he here? Is he the jester? He sure is.
A character witness. The court will resume its deliberations.
Is he lost? Has he...
We find the prisoner guilty of breach of the rules.
Oh no. What's the punishment?
No! Stop it!
It's the rules, my dear.
The sentence is death.
Come on. What? No. What?
The people carry it out in the name of justice.
Boo. Jesus. Invasion of the body snatchers. Try the trapdoor. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I'm glad I noticed that earlier. It's his escape hatch. Him and the cat, both. Death? We all know that's just nonsense. He's too valuable to kill for a crime. I know his crime is heinous. Have you ever heard of somebody having a radio before? But this is going to be a tight squeeze. Nice. A secret chamber. Do 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 do. You want to grab another lab coat? Oh, this door opens now. Anyone behind there? Oh! What's this?
It's a one-way mirror. They can't see you. They've never seen in here and they never will.
Hey, but aren't they just out in the corridor where the door is open to? And they could just... Hey, what are you saying, too? We can't see in there and we never will? She's just a few meters down the corridor, speaking to him with the door open. Details. What is this room? What is this computer? What is this? It looks like it's just a big typewriter. Doesn't even look like the general.
They lack your initiative. Deal with them.
How come she gets to see it?
They don't know you're already dead. Locked up in the long box. In that little room.
You'll never win.
Then how very uncomfortable for you, old chap.
It's still working. That was Dance of the Dead. Hey, look, I like that everybody was dressed up in this episode. It was quite fun to look at all the different costumes. You know, they really put some effort into actually dressing people. And not just in their usual, you know, Waldo outfits that are kind of samey. People were individually dressed as different people. Which I liked. You know, most of the main cast anyway. Some arguments for putting this earlier in the series would be that, you know, he says things like he's quite new here, that he tries to escape halfway through the episode by running down the beach with Rover, you know, just accompanying him, you know, which is an odd thing to do given that you know, last time he was chopping down trees and setting up an elaborate escape. Like he already knows he can't escape that way. But the reason he was running down the beach wasn't to escape. It was actually the writers had him run down there so that he could find the guy on the beach. Like he could collapse and then he could wake up and then see the body and then drag it into a cave away from the prying eyes of the, you know, the number 2 and his, well, what do they call it? His watcher? His overseer? So it was just to get him into a place where we could have this extra little bit in the episode. You know? So we can kind of ignore that escape attempt. Hey, he didn't try to punch anybody in this episode that I can remember. I thought when that guy appeared from the cage he was going to go full, oh, here we go again. But it was his old pal Dutton. And I think it's the first time we've seen somebody properly broken. And there was a quiet, not depressing, but it was interesting to see how broken he was and how aware of how broken he was. And that he knew he couldn't escape what was coming, his fate. And that he didn't know anything, and that Six knew that he didn't know anything important. And I find it interesting that Six even admitted to him that he recognized that Dutton didn't know anything. You know? That in itself is Six giving up information freely without ambition. So he really does trust Dutton in that moment. I'm kind of jumping into the middle of this whole episode. First time, so let's go back to the start. First time we have a proper female number 2 in this episode. Not just somebody who comes in at the end. Like at the end of Free For All, it turns out that this woman who was pretending to be his helper, his driver, was number 2 at the end. Not like last time in The General. No, last time in Many Happy Returns, where she turns up with the cake with a 2. You know, so she was the 2 of that episode. But it doesn't feel like either of those were real 2s. Really, you know, with the persona of 2. Sitting in the chair, directing everything, interacting with him, whilst he knows they're 2. So this is like the first proper 2, I think. That Peter Pan costume for her is really fitting for it makes sense to me. Maybe it's because of the way her hair is, or the way she acts, or maybe she is a slender figure. There's something about it. When I saw Peter Pan, I was like, yep, that's great for her. And she did a good job as number 2. But something she said at the start of the episode. She stopped that doctor man from performing his nighttime experiments on him. And she suggested that that we weren't going to break him, that we didn't want to break him, and then instead we wanted to convince him that we wanted him on our side. Now, tell me, what about this episode makes you think that was her intention in this episode? How have we helped him be on our side at all in this episode? How does the dance, this masquerade ball? Hey, there were no masks. We saw masks as we were going into the place, hanging up, but nobody was actually masked, and he was wearing his own suit. But how does that, and the trial that suddenly happened out of nowhere because of the radio that he stumbled across, that he didn't even really, he wasn't really keeping it a secret from, like, she confronted him about it, and he was just like, pfft. And she was like, yeah, that's not very helpful, is it? How does that trial, and then the screeching mob chasing after him, they could have ripped him to shreds had they caught him, right? Would she have called them off? She would have had to, if they had actually caught him. How does that all fit in to her plan of, treating him well and winning him over? I don't think it does. And then he discovers this room with some sort of communication device or some sort of printer readout. We don't really delve into too much about what that room is and what that communication is and why it's hidden behind I think he would change costumes behind. Maybe it's supposed to indicate, number one or something. Because the rest of them aren't allowed in this room to see anything. Like, you could say that, hey, look, we get instructions from number one through this machine. That could be the machine itself, or it could be someone from afar sending the messages. Perhaps we don't know who. As I was suggested in a previous episode, maybe none of the number twos actually know who number one is. Although, who are they talking to on the phone? Yeah, I don't know. If that was the case. We had some nice weather this episode, some nice locations, vistas to look out at, which I liked. We had the return of the cat, which which it blends nicely into the previous episode that we saw, where we also had a cat. We were introduced to the cat last episode, and then in this episode, it was just, it turned out to be her cat. So there is a kind of a smooth transition there between episodes, purely through the cat. One thing I noticed in this episode is that it's very dialogue heavy, call and response heavy. There's a lot of back and forth with kind of witty barbs that number 6 is known for. But there's just a lot of them in this episode. When he's talking to his observer, when he's talking to 2, she says something, he replies instantly. So there's a lot of stuff for me to watch back in editing with the dialogue. The observer seemed in parts sympathetic and also in parts kind of drinking the Kool-Aid. Like, she liked 6, but she was also bound to the village. I think she was a little conflicted, really, and that made her a little unpredictable. Some of the people he meets are quite likable or quite antagonistic. She was somewhere in the middle ground, somewhere in between, somewhere in the grey between. So it was hard to get a good read on her. Whereas number 2 was very straightforward with him. She was always very consistent in her approach with him. That's what I felt anyway from both of those actresses. And he was as stubborn as ever and sardonic. His observer was reading the... you remember the signs from... I think it was episode 1. About... what were they? Questions are a burden, answers are a prison. Yeah. He tried to use that man as a sort of a message in a bottle. But in the end, they altered, or they're going to use that to convince people on the outside world that Number 6 is dead. At first I thought he was trying to fake his death so that they'd stop looking for him and then he could covertly do something in the village. But interestingly enough, the village kind of used that idea at the end. This man who washed up must look really like him. Or maybe he'll just be so unrecognizable that they'll just look in his wallet and see 6's picture and he'll be like, oh. They'll be like, yeah, that's him. Lost at sea. That body's just going to wash right back onto the shore. Yeah, I love the way he gently kind of pushed it. He's like, yeah, this will find its way. That's that taken care of. So that might hint a little at the Order not being quite the Order, because he already knows. He should know from the last episode, well, exactly where he is. And that people on the outside know of this place. Know that he came here. The people on the outside know the stuff that perhaps he was trying to send in that body. But that's just talking about the episode order more than anything. In another way, the episode sort of stands on its own and could be, you could watch it at any point. Sort of. And all the episodes roughly stand on their own too. We've seen some different things we probably would want to change them around, but I think roughly they can be watched in any sort of order, perhaps except for the start and presumably the end. Or if anything major happens, like half the village gets destroyed and the rest of the series has to deal with that. But we'll deal with any major changes if and when they happen. I doubt it, but that would, draw a line in the sand as to production orders and viewing orders. Overall, it was a colourful and bright and different type of episode. We got to see somebody broken, and at the end he was I presume at the end his mind was just completely gone and scheduled to die too. So that's something we hadn't seen before. And maybe a hint at 6's future if he doesn't play ball. We got to see a screaming mob come after him, which is kind of terrifying. Good thing he ran. But I think she would have called it off had it gotten too serious. We got to reuse the trapdoor. We got to see our good friend the cat and the butler. Always good to see the Rover. He was blocking him from following his watcher halfway through the episode, which I found amusing. And then he got zapped trying to enter the town hall. We've never seen that before. We have seen the zap device at the in the general, when all the people were going to the meeting, but not just for trying to enter a building. That was pretty trippy. We got some investigations, an escape attempt. No big fight. And a lot of dialogue for me to go back and read. So, good stuff. Next time around, we've got... checkmate. Nice. Finally back to the chess game. So get your pawns in order. Figure out how the knights move. Understand the rules of castling and en passant, and we'll be all good for the next episode. Number 2, next time better be good at chess. I'll be watching with a keen eye. And yeah, well, I'm looking forward to a thoughtful episode where people are making moves of some kind, even if we don't get to see an actual chess game. Come back for that. I'll see you next time.